With great power and great responsibility, let's talk about It's a Wonderful Life by Frank Capra and the absolutely incredible life lessons that you can take from it.
3 cents a length of pipe, I go crazy. I want to do something big and something important.
You know, George, I feel that in a small way we're doing something important. It's satisfying a fundamental urge. It's deep in the race for a man to want his own roof and walls and fireplace. And we're helping him get those things in our shabby little office.
I'm going to be explaining a practical tip at the end, but for now, I want to talk about what this movie means for all of us, not just for me, and what it means for you. I think this movie is something that every person should watch because the lessons in it are so important, but yet millions of people every day forget it and cause so much sadness and emptiness in their lives when it doesn't have to be that way. If you haven't seen it, spoiler warning, I'm going to be talking about it even the end, so go watch this awesome movie if you haven't. The thing about it is that there are 2 important components in that. Like, living your life is not about attaining happiness. If you're going after happiness, you are literally chasing your own tail. When you have these dreams and aspirations, like I do, we all have our dreams, our goals, our pleasures that we want to indulge in, but the thing is, none of that stuff is ever going to make you happy. Nothing external. As cliche as it is, the reality is it all comes from within. And it's so easy for us to forget that. And with this movie, you realize that when you take for granted all the things you actually already have in your life, you're not ever going to be happy. Because if you can't be happy with the simple stuff, how can you ever be happy with the complex and grandiose stuff? This applies to George Bailey so well because throughout the movie we see from when he's a little kid, he has these dreams of traveling and going all to these countries, and he says that to Mary throughout in the later flashbacks when he's like,
A year after that, I'm shaking the dust of this crummy little town off my feet and I'm gonna see the world.
The thing he has about him is that he wants to do those things, but he understands the responsibility that comes to him when his father passes away. He realizes that he doesn't want Bedford Falls to fall into the hands of Potter and become commercialized and just lost of the heart that his dad brought. And he didn't even think about that. He just did it because that's what his dad instilled in him, that he wanted to live by. And he did that, and he helped so many people. And he didn't even realize that. He didn't realize that the value that he was providing to other people. He didn't realize of the family he had, the wife he had. And that got him bitter. And that's so true. It's a true human experience that so many of us can live by and not realize. And not only that, the second thing about this movie is that providing value and making others feel better about themselves is the most important thing.
I wouldn't have a roof over my head if it wasn't for you, George.
This is what this channel is all about. This is a very foundational video for this entire community, really. When you provide value to other people, you inspire, you have this influential impact on other people's lives like this movie has. You make the world so much better of a place. I like to imagine that even with the way things are right now in the world, it's tough. It really is. People are vicious, they're mad, they're angry at each other, divided, but it doesn't have to be like that. We are capable of so much more. If we overcome the bad habits in us, we can provide value to other people. And that's what this movie told us we can do. But we have to do it. It's not just everyone is innately like this. Your life will be measured by 2 things I see after I've thought about this for a while. How you felt doing the things you were doing in your life, and by how much you helped and provided value to other people. Connects to George because while George was providing value to other people, he wasn't being grateful for what he had and what he was doing, and realizing that he was too focused on the future and what he was trying to get to. And really, he had all he could ever need. It's important to focus on yourself and not be a doormat who's taking from other people. You have to be fulfilled within your life, happy with yourself and confident in yourself, and using this creative energy, this unique energy that each and every single individual has, and giving it to other people and showing people the way. Not by trying to manipulate other people, but by being the absolute best version of yourself, by literally just growing, working really hard throughout your life, just like George did, and having an impact on people that makes people feel warm and good and happy inside. That's the type of things that you want to do for people. Because if you don't, we're literally just going to keep being slaves to our subconscious habits, and we won't grow. I watch this movie as a reminder for that, because I can still fall to these things if I'm being completely transparent. It's easy to not be grateful, but you have to. This channel's motto, with great power and great responsibility, That's the whole thing with providing value to other people. Not by choice, but by responsibility. Knowing your talents and passions and the things you love and sharing that with the world and giving it as a gift. To make just at least one person out there who's feeling lonely and sad and making them feel better about their lives and knowing that they aren't alone. Something I've been talking a lot about with people recently, and this is very funny, this has come up after I watched the movie, is that, like about nihilism and realizing that us as individuals, we can't really do so much. I mean, some of us selectively can become these very big figures like, say, Gandhi or Mother Teresa, but we can't really completely change the systems, the way the world works. But my counter to that is similar to what this movie does. You want to be that individual who inspires others and helps others. And by the time you die, you might not have completely changed the world, but you've inspired millions of people. Like people like Steve Irwin or Stan Lee or Gandhi or whoever. You inspire these people, and they want to carry on the practices and things that you did. And that's how you build a better world. You do things now so that the generations to come can have a better future and build upon that. This movie did that in a way, because while the movie is not a person, the message of it is something that carried out to millions and millions of people, and it's helping us today. At the ending, when it gets me every time, is when Harry says to George,
"To my big brother George, the richest man in town."
It's funny, the double meaning is that while he literally has the $8,000 now and has so much money from all the people giving it to him, he's rich not just from that, but from all the friends that he's made and people that he's inspired in his entire life. And in my opinion, that's what life is all about. To actually apply these things, you want to definitely have a practice in the morning and at night, because you're doing this every day and it's going to be something that you want to ingrain inside of you. So when you do it, wake up in the morning. It could be like as soon as you wake up. I think it's a good time to do this because you're very primed for how you're going to be for the rest of the day. You're clean slate in a way. As soon as you wake up, whether you get out of bed or whatever, think about 3 things that you can be grateful for. And this could be your family, your friends, your house, your food. There's endless things that you can be grateful for. But when you choose each thing, you want to do this. This is how it helps me. So imagine if you lost that thing. Like say it was a family member. Say if you lost them. The pain that you would feel, the amount of void that would cause in your life. And then when you come back to the present moment, I feel like the amount of fulfillment, like the amount of happiness and gratitude for having that person in my life. And when you do this, that emotional thing, like emotional moment gets put into your psyche. And it's a really beautiful thing. It feels great to do. And that's the important thing. You're not just doing this as a routine to just think about, oh, I'm grateful for this, and that. That's not going to do anything for you, because it's just going to become part of just a habit. And while it will be a habit, you want to feel it emotionally in your heart. Make sure you're changing it up also, because it can also become routine. While you're honestly trying to do it emotionally, if you're doing the same things over and over and over, it's going to be a little bit hard to have that fulfillment sustained. So make sure you're doing it every single day and changing it up. I recommend doing it at night also, because the thing is, like in the morning, it's good to do it because it's a clean slate and you want to start the day off right. While at night, you're kind of going into that subconscious mode of sleep, and I like to see it as a way of putting that in so you can sleep with that and just making it set in stone. If you need any help with the practice or just have any questions, the Discord server is the perfect place for this, or the comment section down below. And make sure you're staying up to date by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. I hope this helped you guys. If you enjoyed it, please like the video and stay safe and healthy wherever you are. Remember to have great power with great responsibility always. Take care, guys.